It all began when I told my wife Chantal that I had to go to Toronto for a meeting at the university. This was a regular meeting that I anticipated with pleasure, as it provided an opportunity to reconnect with old friends and colleagues from other institutions. The prospect of engaging in stimulating academic discussions and exchanging ideas invigorated me, marking a significant milestone in my professional career. Chantal, ever the supportive partner, listened attentively as I outlined the importance of this meeting. However, her concern was palpable. "You can't fly until you are fully recovered," she insisted, her voice gentle yet firm. "Why don't you go by train?" I was recuperating from a recent hospital stay, a spell that had left me physically drained but mentally determined to push forward. This trip would not only represent a major step in my recovery, but also my first journey away from home since my illness. The thought of traveling alone brought a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Right, train it is then," I agreed, nodding and understanding. Traveling by air to Toronto would take about 75 minutes, but with the added time spent navigating the bustling airports at each end, the total journey would stretch to nearly 3 hours. In contrast, the train offered a more comfortable and straightforward 3-hour ride, eliminating the stress of airport delays and providing a serene environment to prepare mentally for the meeting ahead. Given the season, driving the 5-hour trip seemed impractical and too taxing on my still recovering body. Chantal raised an eyebrow, her concern shifting to practicality. "What shall I wear?" For the meeting itself, I would need to don a business suit, but sitting in such attire on a train would inevitably lead to wrinkles and discomfort. I sought her advice on appropriate traveling garb, perhaps sweats or slacks paired with a tweed jacket. Her suggestion came swiftly. "Why don't you wear your teal-green suit?" I looked at Chantal, surprised by her choice. My teal-green suit was not your typical business attire. It consisted of a sleeveless tweed dress with a matching jacket over it. I often dressed at home in this ensemble, and occasionally accompanied Chantal to social events en Femme. We had even attended theater performances together, blending our styles to present a harmonious and elegant appearance. However, the idea of traveling alone en Femme for a business meeting was daunting. This was not just about fashion, it was about maintaining a professional image in a setting where I would be representing my institution. Chantal reached out and took my hand, her touch reassuring. "You can do it, Debbie." She addressed me by my Femme name, a nickname I had adopted over the years to embrace a more androgynous identity that I felt comfortable with. It was a name that symbolized my journey toward self-acceptance and expression. I shook my head, a mix of doubt and determination clouding my thoughts. "I don't know, Chantal. This is my first trip away from home in a while, and I'm not sure if dressing like this is the right choice for a business meeting." She smiled, a blend of encouragement and mischief in her eyes. "I dare you." That did it. Chantal knew my reluctance all too well, and her playful challenge was the push I needed. Could I really get away with it? The practicalities seemed manageable. My Visa card was labeled Dr. D.B. Sybil, ensuring anonymity in most settings. But the question remained, what to pack? I pulled my garment bag out of the closet and carefully selected a few pieces. My masculine 3-piece suit that I should wear for the meeting, a little black dress for evenings, and underwear, of course all feminine in style. I chose masculine dress shoes and a pair of black patent pumps with 4-inch heels, along with a dress shirt and tie. The ensemble was a blend of professionalism and personal expression, balancing the demands of the meeting with my desire to present myself authentically. The next morning, Thursday, I began my preparations. I showered and shaved meticulously, ensuring that every trace of stubble was removed. It wasn't just my face that required attention. My entire body felt the need for smoothness, a symbolic gesture of embracing my feminine side. I slipped into my mint green satin panties, tucking myself away with care. The cold morning air necessitated layering, so I added a pair of robust, shiny black tights and a matching bra to support my enhanced breast forms. This was going to be a day of transformation, both outwardly and inwardly. I sat at Chantal's vanity, the air filled with the soft scent of perfumes and the gentle hum of morning routines. I began applying makeup, a process that had become somewhat therapeutic. A light layer of foundation from Clinique covered any remaining traces of facial hair. A touch of pale tan powder set the foundation, and I moved on to blush, adding a subtle hue to my cheekbones. Dark brown eyeliner accentuated my eyes, followed by a coat of mascara to give them depth. Earth-toned eyeshadow brought warmth, and a soft shade of lipstick completed the look. Chantal looked over my shoulder, her approval evident. "What color lipstick are you intending to use, darling?" I pondered for a moment before responding. "I thought Elizabeth Arden bronze. What do you think?" She frowned slightly, considering. "No, it's too metallic for daytime. I suggest you stick with Clinique. Their bronze is more suitable for day." I adjusted my lipstick application accordingly, outlining my lips with a pencil before filling them in with Clinique bronze. The result was both professional and subtly feminine, striking the right balance for the day's demands. "That looks good, Debbie. What jewelry are you intending to wear?" I glanced at the array of accessories laid out before me. I thought perhaps a single strand of pearls and pearl earrings. Chantal shook her head gently. "Not both pearls and earrings in daytime, dear. That's for evening. Stick to just the necklace. And what rings will you wear?" Her guidance was invaluable. She knew my hesitations and sought to ease them with practical suggestions. "I shall wear my wedding band, of course, and perhaps that diamond cluster you gave me last year." "Which hand will you wear that on, Debbie?" I hesitated, feeling the weight of her implication. "My right hand, I think." She smiled knowingly. "It's really a cocktail ring, sweetheart, but it will do for daytime if you wear it on your left hand alongside your wedding ring." The thought of appearing as though I were engaged added an unexpected layer to my transformation. While this discussion was unfolding, I focused on my nails, applying a touch of bronze Clinique polish to match my lipstick and adding a coat of gloss for a subtle shine. I placed my short wig, a bit more golden blonde than my natural fair hair, on the vanity, and Chantal began brushing it out, backcombing it into an elegant, upswept style. The final touches included slipping into my knee-high black calf boots with narrow 3-inch heels, completing the ensemble. "I hope it doesn't snow while I'm in Toronto. These would be ruined," I hoped aloud, concerned about the practicality of my attire in unpredictable weather. Chantal reached for one of her own scarves, selecting a green silk one adorned with a horse harness pattern, a design I recognized as one I had bought her at Hermès in Paris the previous year. She handed it to me with a gentle smile. "I think you had better wear a scarf in this weather, Debbie. Here's one of mine." I took the scarf and knotted it around my throat, a practical addition to my outfit. My goose-down parka, an olive drab color perfect for the season, felt too unrefined for my transformed appearance. Chantal sensed my hesitation and fetched a chartreuse quilted goose-down coat, knee-length with a stylish zipper down the front. It was undeniably more feminine, though a bit snug on me. Chantal stood tall at 5'10", slightly taller than me, yet I still towered over her by 2 inches. She spritzed me with Nina Ricci's Air du Temps, a fragrance that exuded elegance and sophistication. "What are my colleagues going to think when they see me in this coat tomorrow?" I mused, my anxiety momentarily resurfacing. Chantal drove me to the station in her vibrant red Miata, the car's color reflecting her vivacious personality. "Bye, darling," she waved, her expression a mix of pride and concern. I wished she could accompany me, but I knew her responsibilities awaited her at the Museum of Civilization. Her role as the curator of Indian artifacts demanded punctuality and dedication, leaving little room for delays. As I arrived at the train station, the reality of my transformation settled in. I threw my briefcase into the basket of my walker and draped the garment bag over it. This walker, a temporary necessity during my recovery, had proven useful in managing my attire without the burden of carrying it. Boarding the train, an attendant pulled me aside, assisting me through the barrier and ensuring I was comfortably seated. The train ride was smooth and serene, a stark contrast to the often chaotic experience of air travel. I found a window seat, the scenic views of the countryside passing by as the train made its way towards Toronto. The 3-hour journey provided ample time to review the documents and prepare for the meeting ahead. I glanced around, noting the absence of skirts in sight. During this time of year, skirts were rare, reserved for office workers who preferred them despite the cold weather. In Toronto, an attendant greeted me warmly, escorting me to the taxi rank. My heart pounded with a mix of excitement and nervousness. Arriving at the Meridian Hotel on Bloor Street, the fashionable quarter of the city, I checked in under the name Dr. D.B. Sybil. The clerk welcomed me cordially, seemingly accepting me for a woman without a hint of suspicion. My sultry contralto voice, honed over years of practice, served its purpose well, blending seamlessly into my new persona. The room assigned to me was standard yet comfortable, equipped with 2 king-sized beds, 2 upright chairs, 2 easy chairs, and a small table. The presence of a jack for a computer was a welcome addition, allowing me to stay connected and continue my work seamlessly. I quickly settled in, hanging my coat and garment bag before plugging in my laptop to email Chantal, informing her of my safe arrival. Removing my boots, I slipped into my fluffy mules and proceeded to explore the room. I admired the decor, a tasteful blend of modern and classic elements that reflected the hotel's sophistication. It was time for dinner, and I wanted to ensure my appearance remained impeccable. I meticulously hung up my dress and prepared for the evening. For dinner, I opted for sheer stockings and a garter belt, a nod to evening elegance while maintaining practicality. I pondered whether my attire would conceal any inadvertent hints of my true identity, but my meticulous preparation gave me confidence. I ran a hand down my slip, examining the fit in the mirror. The slip was slightly too long, leading me to make a few adjustments. I decided to remove it, opting for a more streamlined look with my little black dress, LBD. As I prepared, I realized the evening demanded a more polished appearance. I quickly adjusted my makeup, opting for heavier applications suitable for nighttime. I applied a touch of Bronze Clinique foundation, a bit more blush to highlight my features, and deepened the eyeshadow for a more dramatic effect. I reached for a darker shade of lipstick, a rich bronze that complemented my ensemble. My longer blonde wig, reserved for evening wear, added the final touch, cascading gracefully over my shoulders. I adorned myself with drop pearl earrings and a matching pearl necklace, exuding timeless elegance. With a final spritz of Christian Dior's Obsession perfume, I felt ready to present myself confidently. I telephoned the main dining room on the rooftop, booking a table for one, and picked up my evening clutch. Standing tall in my heels, I approached the maitre d', making a deliberate effort to maintain an air of grace and composure. The restaurant was elegantly decorated with soft lighting and tasteful furnishings, creating an inviting atmosphere. Although half empty, the ambiance was perfect for a quiet dinner. I was seated near the door to the kitchen, ensuring a pleasant view without drawing unnecessary attention. The meal exceeded my expectations. The lobster bisque, albeit slightly salty, was a delightful starter, followed by a perfectly cooked salmon steak with a rich sorrel sauce. The Chardonnay, a fine Ontario wine from Hillebrand Estates, complemented the meal beautifully. As I savored each bite, I couldn't help but scan the room, hoping not to encounter familiar faces from the meeting. Later, I decided to enjoy a cognac in the bar area, seeking a moment of relaxation before retiring for the evening. As I settled into a comfortable booth, I noticed a man observing me intently. Initially, I smiled back, assuming it was a friendly gesture, but my heart skipped a beat as he approached. "I noticed you sitting all by yourself at dinner, and now here you are alone again. I'm Willie. Can I buy you a drink?" His approach was unexpected, and I felt a flicker of anxiety. "Your glass is empty. Cognac, is it?" Realizing the subtlety of his invitation, I decided to engage cautiously. "Yes, please." As the bartender poured another cognac, Willie took a seat beside me, his demeanor confident yet respectful. "I'm Debbie," I introduced myself, extending my hand for a handshake. "Enchanted, Debbie." He shook my hand warmly, his grip firm. "It's nice to meet you." The waiter returned with our drinks, and Willie leaned in slightly, his presence both intriguing and slightly unsettling. "Shall we dance?" The trio providing the music had chosen a selection of slow, classic tunes, making the dance floor a perfect spot for intimate conversations. Despite my initial reservations, I found myself moving gracefully in my heels, the dress allowing for ease of movement. Dancing provided a temporary escape from my professional concerns, allowing me to immerse myself in the moment. As we danced, Willie kept a respectful distance, though his hand occasionally brushed against mine. I appreciated his courteous approach, yet I remained vigilant, aware of the potential implications of my transformed appearance. The conversation flowed effortlessly, touching on topics ranging from our respective careers to personal interests. The song concluded, and Willie escorted me back to the table. "You know, Debbie, you look absolutely stunning tonight," he complimented sincerely. Thank you, Willie. I appreciate the company. As the evening progressed, I sensed his genuine interest, though I maintained a professional boundary. We shared stories about our work, laughing at shared experiences and commiserating over common challenges. It was refreshing to connect on a personal level, even if under unusual circumstances. Eventually, Willie excused himself, bidding me a pleasant evening. I watched him leave, a sense of relief washing over me. I had navigated the interaction without compromising my professional integrity, but the encounter left me pondering the complexities of identity and perception. Returning to my room, I removed my coat and garment bag, shedding the layers of transformation that had defined the day. I reflected on the journey ahead, knowing that tomorrow's meeting would require me to present myself authentically while maintaining the professional standards expected of me. The next morning I woke early, eager to embrace the new day with renewed confidence. I began my routine with the same meticulous care as before, ensuring that every detail of my appearance was impeccable. Shaving and grooming, applying foundation and subtle makeup, I prepared for the day ahead with a sense of purpose. Breakfast with Chantal was a warm and supportive affair. We discussed the upcoming meeting and her encouragement bolstered my spirits. "You'll do great, Debbie. Just be yourself," she assured me, her belief in my capabilities unwavering. The morning passed swiftly, and I found myself boarding the train once more, this time feeling more at ease with my transformed appearance. The journey was uneventful, allowing me time to organize my thoughts and prepare for the day's agenda. Upon arriving at the university, I was greeted by familiar faces, colleagues and friends who were eager to reconnect. The meeting proceeded smoothly, with productive discussions and collaborative brainstorming. My attire, though unconventional, was met with professional respect, and my contributions were valued as always. That evening, I attended a dinner hosted by the university, a gathering that provided further networking opportunities. The atmosphere was convivial, with lively conversations and a sense of camaraderie among attendees. I felt confident navigating the social dynamics, my earlier apprehensions fading as the night progressed. During the dinner, I encountered Willie once more. This time, his approach was more subdued, perhaps recognizing the professional context. "It's good to see you again, Debbie. How was the meeting?" "It was very productive, thank you. And you? How have you been?" We exchanged pleasantries, discussing our respective roles and future projects. The interaction was cordial, a testament to the respectful relationship we had cultivated. As the evening drew to a close, I reflected on the day's events. My journey of transformation had not only altered my appearance, but also deepened my understanding of self and identity. The support of Chantal and the unexpected connections I had made had enriched my experience, fostering a sense of confidence and self-assurance that I had not anticipated. Returning to my room, I settled into a comfortable nightdress, the day's endeavors leaving me both fulfilled and contemplative. I reviewed my notes for upcoming meetings, ensuring that I remained prepared for any challenges that lay ahead. A path forward. Over the following weeks, my transformation became more seamless. The initial discomfort had given way to a sense of liberation, allowing me to embrace my authentic self fully. My wardrobe expanded, incorporating a variety of styles that balanced professionalism with personal expression. The support from Chantal and the encouragement from my friends provided a strong foundation, enabling me to navigate this journey with grace and confidence. The university meetings continued to be a success, with my contributions earning commendations from both peers and superiors. My appearance, though unconventional, had not hindered my professional standing. Instead, it had added a unique dimension to my interactions, fostering a sense of authenticity and approachability. One afternoon, as I was preparing for another meeting, Chantal walked into my office with a bouquet of fresh flowers. "Thought you might need a little pick-me-up," she said, her smile radiant. I gratefully accepted the gesture, feeling a surge of affection and gratitude. "Thank you, Chantal. Your support means the world to me." She sat beside me, taking a moment to admire my outfit. "You look wonderful, Debbie. I'm so proud of you." Her words were a balm to my soul, reinforcing the path I had chosen. Together, we discussed the upcoming events and strategies for further professional development. our bond strengthening with each passing day. As time went on, I found myself more at ease in my transformed identity. The initial fears and uncertainties had been replaced by a sense of empowerment, allowing me to navigate both personal and professional spheres with newfound confidence. The journey was not without its challenges, but the support of those around me made it manageable and fulfilling. My trip to Toronto marked the beginning of a transformative journey, both professionally and personally. Embracing a more feminine identity had opened doors to deeper connections, enhanced self-awareness, and a greater sense of authenticity. With Chantal's unwavering support and the encouragement from friends and colleagues, I had navigated the complexities of transformation with grace and resilience. As I continue on this path, I am reminded of the importance of self-acceptance and the power of supportive relationships. The journey ahead holds promise and the potential for further growth, both as a professional and as an individual embracing their true self.
Did you like the story? Hit that like button and tell me what you thought in the comments. Do you want to hear more stories? Subscribe and hit the bell. For exclusive content and early access, check out our Patreon. You can find the link in the description, or you can watch any of the videos shown on my right. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.